can I use the word fun?
I thought you were going to say something else than fun.
It's the first time we got asked about this.
And I remember the first day on set, listening to the actress, Jessie, say my lines that I'd written. Oh, and I just burst into tears. Oh my God, this is insane. I wrote that. And that feeling has just never gone away. Being working class certainly lends itself to a certain level of self-deprecation, where you just go, oh, I'm not allowed to celebrate my own achievements. I'm trying to teach myself to be allowed to be proud of the things I'm doing. It is something that we all need to work on and get better at.
This is what I'm meant to be doing. This is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah, that was exactly my thought process. The second I walked onto the set, I was like, oh, okay.
You're kind of fangirling about your own stuff, which I love. It's so humbling and so cool, and you don't take anything for granted.
Like, I just got to audition for Ken Loach. Come on, who does that? And I remember just saying, I actually don't care if I get it or not, because that is an experience I will never forget. Something that you need if you want to succeed, or if you want to try things. You've got to push yourself forward, because no one is coming to push you forward. In fact, there are people who will try and hold you back. Just go and do it anyway.
Good morning, and welcome to Ambitchiously Intelligent. Thank you so much for making the time to speak with us today. And I'm going to introduce you. And your name is Laura Lee Daly, and I hope I didn't butcher it that much.
Perfect.
And you're a director, actor, writer, and a proud multi-hyphenate.
Yes,
That's how
as
I'm
we
going to
all are
introduce
these
you.
days. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Laura, I have to start with a line from your website that really made us smile.
Yes.
You write, I'm Laura Lee Daly, an actress from the northeast of England, and I leave it there. But you're supposed to do the hard self of yourself, aren't you? I'm gonna tell you, I spent the best couple years of my life in north of England, in Manchester, and I found the community of creators there very vibrant. But the common thread that I saw is exactly what I read in here. And so many creatives and so many people, I don't know if it's a British thing, is it a creative thing, is it a northern thing? But so many people struggle exactly with self-promotion. Why do you think is that? And also you have so many accolades, so many things to be proud of. And why this line?
I think it comes from hundreds of years of patriarchy, for me especially. I think being working class, it's a classist issue as much as it is being a woman. I think being working class certainly lends itself to a certain level of self-deprecation, where you just go, oh, I'm not allowed to celebrate my own achievements, and it's a really difficult process trying to unpick that and trying to go, because if I was talking to one of you and all the wonderful things you have done, I'd be like, oh my God, that's amazing, you should shout about that. But you can't seem to then turn that back on yourself. It feels uncomfortable. And I think that's I suppose that's the nature of our upbringing as a working class. You just crack on, you don't think you're the big I am, you just keep going. And I think it is a shame, because I think you miss a lot of the joy of being proud of things you've done. And I'm trying to teach myself to be allowed to be proud of the things I'm doing, and I certainly advocate for that for everybody, because you should be, you put hard work into something. You can't then just go, okay, that's done, let's move on to the next thing, which I am guilty of. But stop, take a moment and be proud. I think it is difficult for working class people especially, but it is something that we all need to work on and get better at, because there's nothing wrong with being proud of the stuff you've done. If you're proud of it, you should say it.
May I ask you if there's like a certain, I don't know, practice and exercise, or maybe like something that you do? It's just a personal question, because
But to try and unpick that, it's really difficult. It's only been something that I've been able to do fairly recently. And for me, it's surround yourself with people who will encourage you to do it, and who won't make you feel like you're trying to be something special, like people who don't think you love yourself because you're proud of yourself. I've found some of the best people over the last sort of, I guess, the last decade, some of the people who've sort of come in and subsequently gone out of my life, and some of the people who are in my life now are people who really do push that for other people, and just and if you surround yourself with that, it creates a space where you start to learn to do it and then start to be more comfortable doing it. I'm still on that journey, I will say.
Yes, we're still on that journey too, I think.
Yes.
All three of us.
Yes.
Because it does take time. But one thing you were just saying, and I think that's beautiful and something that's so important, and I'm guilty of this, we tend to get advice, like look for it from people that haven't even been in the industry. They don't even know what it means. A lot of them don't even understand, like, yeah, you can earn your money with this. Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah.
And yet we go back and back to them going like, oh, you know what? And they're like, no, 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 just find a normal job. Then you're safe. You need that. And then you
Yeah.
can, and you're like, no, but I think the world can function. I know it functions. What do we, now I know it. And I think you talked about that too. And I was like, oh my God, I love your wall. Like you're not just surrounding yourself in the physical space, like, you know what I mean? You're also surrounding yourself with beautiful, powerful women, obviously,
Yeah.
role
Yeah. I have
models.
a full
There's this
wall.
Frida Kahlo, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got so many. I'd turn the camera around and show you, but there's absolutely loads. But yeah, just some of them are famous people who've sort of done amazing things. Some of them are just really cool, kick-ass women who have found in art stores and gone, "Yep, you're on my wall." And yeah, I think it's really important to, I guess, promote other women and take inspiration from other women, especially. And that feeds back to what we were just saying about, I guess that imposter syndrome. I think it predominantly impacts women. Of course, it impacts men as well,
Of
but
course.
I think it's more innate for us. It's more inbuilt. It's something we need to unlearn before we even know where we've learned it from. But yeah, sorry to like just go back.
No, it's exactly what we're talking about. So what I want to say is that you had that in your life. You had exactly this, get a normal job, da 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 da. And then, and there's a poster on your wall and it says old oak.
Yeah.
And then you describe walking onto the set of the old oak,
Mhm.
and that was a turning point for you. And this is a little bit later in life.
Mhm.
So because you had then done the thing that everyone told you, like the normal job and da da da, and successfully. And but I was wondering, what was it about that experience that made you go like, finally go? I'm just gonna say that finally, thank you, Laura, that you did it. This is what I'm meant to be doing. This is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah, yeah, that was a big moment. And that was exactly my thought process. The second I walked onto the set, I was like, oh, okay. Um, it was such a strange experience because yeah, I think parents of my parents' generation and somewhat my generation, there is very much a feeling of get a proper job. This is not for you. This is for people in London or Hollywood or people you will never meet in your life. You can consume it, but you can't get involved in it. And I guess I just had that. It wasn't even a belief. That was just the reality of it. There was no access to anything like that up here. And I just cracked on and just did the things, did the job, and got a job in a bank as you do. And I think for me, it was always there. It was something I just needed to be creative. Sorry if everybody on the podcast can hear my dog shouting at
We
me, by
love
the way.
dogs. It's
No, I love
okay.
that.
They're allowed to be a part of the podcast.
It was yeah, it was just what I did. Got the job, made the money, met the guy, had the kids, all of which I'm like over the moon about. I love my life. I love my family. But there was this thing inside. I think if you are creative, if your soul is creative and you want to be creative, it has to find a way out or it'll drive you mad. It was making me miserable. And my whole journey into it was so convoluted. It really was. There was just years and years spent trying things. I was in a band for a little bit with my husband, and that was great, but it wasn't quite serving what I needed. And then I got involved in trade unionism and public speaking and politics because I thought, okay, well, I can be talking to people, I can be doing new things, and I can be helping people. That will suppress the urge. That'll be the thing. And it was wonderful and an experience that I'll never forget. Also very toxic. Politics is a very toxic environment, and one that I'm glad I've now stepped away from. Everything's political, I will say that. Films that you make, everything is fundamentally political. But party politics is not where that was not for me. And then I met Ken Loach, who obviously, if you're, I assume your listeners and viewers will know Ken Loach is a multi award-winning film director, has done things like Cares and The Wind That Shakes the Barley, and his last film was The Old Oak. And because I knew him through trade unionism, and his team reached out to my union to see if we wanted to go and have an audition, I was like, immediate yes, me please, I want to go. And it was, I didn't know what to expect, but it was wonderful. The whole audition process was very much just sit down and have a conversation about who you are, what you do the things you do align with the film he's trying to make? Are you the kind of person he needs in this film? It was just really lovely and warm and encouraging. And then I got to go to the second round of auditions where I got to just play. I got to go into a room with an actor, and Ken would say, okay, he'd come over and whisper, this is what's happening. This is who you are, and this is what you're trying to get. Go. It was just, I'd never done any acting before. I'd never had any training, and I just went, right, do you know what? I'm not going to get this chance again, so just go for it. And I did, and I loved it. And I remember coming out and ringing my husband, and he was very sort of enthusiastic and encouraging. And it was like, how did it go? Like, do you think you'll get it? And I remember just saying, I actually don't care if I get it or not, because that is an experience I will never forget. Like, I just got to audition for Ken Loach. Come on, who does that? And then I got this teeny tiny little part. I mean, literally blink and you'll miss me, but I am on the posters, so you know, hence the reason I look at it all the time and go, it's
So
okay.
you can't blink
Done
and miss
something.
her, guys. She's on the poster.
And yeah, and then yeah, like I said, first day on set, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna pursue this. I haven't a clue where to start, but I'm gonna do it. So that's where it all kind of started.
It's
Crazy.
amazing. And, it, it's you're kind of fangirling about your own stuff, which I love. It's so humbling and so cool, and you don't take anything for granted, because your path
No.
into filmmaking is anything but traditional, right?
Mm.
And maybe you even jumped head first before you were ready to do it, because
Oh,
the opportunity
100%.
presented itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Definitely doing a learn on the job situation.
Yeah. Is what I'm wondering is, has that always been your approach to life, or is it something that you had to kind of master or
Um,
pick up as you go?
I would now, with a bit of hindsight, say yes, it is how I've always been. If you'd asked me a few months ago, I'd have gone, no, no, this is brand new. But my husband likes to point out, hang on a minute, Laura, when I met you, you were like the Duracell bunny. It was just the next thing and then the next thing. And I'm very much like really passionate about just getting involved in stuff and starting things and seeing how they go. And I think I'm quite driven. And I think that is a quality that you do. Is it a quality or a curse? It depends on the day, but it is something that you need if you want to succeed, or if you want to try things. You've got to push yourself forward, because no one is coming to push you forward. In fact, there are people who will try and hold you back. Just go and do it anyway. Just keep pushing and keep driving is what I would say. And I think I do have that in me. I didn't realize I did until very recently. I'm like, oh yeah, it all makes sense.
And I love how honest that is, because sorry, someone is calling me. That's very unexpected, very unprofessional. I'm sorry. I love how honest is that, and that it comes from like a deep place inside you that you can observe yourself, or maybe like by the observation of your husband, and you realize that, yeah, wait a minute, that's exactly the way I am. And what this realization kind of, you know, did it open like some little door in your mind, and do you approach things now with this?
Yeah, it made me be kinder to myself, because I do get, as with probably most of the multi-hyphenates who come on your show, we do tend to get overwhelmed and we do tend to get burned out quite a lot. And I beat myself up about that a lot. I like when I could feel the dip coming and that I need to stop, I was angry about it, frustrated, really sad. But now, so I was like, right, I need to stop doing these things. I need to stop just taking on new challenges all the time because it's killing me. But I think the key is, when you are a driven person, you want to keep doing new things, is to find a balance, because I can't stop. I know that. I'm miserable if I stop. If I sit still for too long, I I, I feel like there's no purpose. I'm really sad and not a very nice person to be around. So I need to keep being busy, but I also need to know when it's too busy. Like, push yourself and take on what you can. And I fill my days a lot, but it needs to be, I also need to go, right, this time is set aside for me, to sit and go and have a bath, or, I have two kids as well, so I have to factor that into the equation. I need to make sure that I'm also a parent and I'm here for them. Um, so time management's really important if you're going to live a driven life, essentially, is what I'm saying.
It's, it's funny you're saying time management, because I just, when I was talking to Valeria, it's like, I think we should maybe ask her about time management. Because you are doing, like, we haven't even scratched the surface of everything you have been doing, and multiple short films. We're not talking one or two or three. We're talking about multiple short films. And then you go into this series, which I think is beautiful, and that's the Mom Anthology.
Yes.
Very exciting. I love just the name of it. It's just, the title is so good. And obviously that grew from your experience as a mother. I'm a mother myself. So yeah, I understand that. But what moment, or, what experience inspired you to start writing and then directing and producing and acting these
I
stories?
think I think it comes from, I think the reason I did all those things was because I didn't know anybody else to do it. And I was like, well, I'll just do it then. And I think I wanted to, I didn't want to just ask people to come and help me, because I'm like, why would they do that? Why would people just come and help me make something? It was a weird learning curve to ask for help in that sphere, because I'd never done it before. And I think I kind of wanted to prove myself to myself, because I dreamt about this for so long. I was like, I want to do this. And the Mam anthology was something, it was meant to be a proof of concept for a feature that I'd been thinking about for years. And never did it. Tinkered with it, was like, well, I wouldn't even know where to start. But then I was on the set of a TV show called The Red King. Again, life changing for me, because it is where I met all the people who are my best friends now, all the people who helped me make the Mam anthology. There's a poster behind me here, that has all the mams who play the mams in the Mam anthology in it. They're all my really good friends now. And I met them on that set, and we were all just supporting artists. I say just supporting artists. Supporting artists are very important people, by the way. But that's how we met, on set, waiting to go on, having a chat. And a handful of those women really encouraged me. I told them about the film, and they encouraged me to make a short. And I was like, what's a short? So yeah, I ended up writing a short for each of the women who I'd met. And there are seven in total, eight if you count the full anthology altogether, because there's an extra bit that goes on to bring it all together as a film. And then I was like, okay, well, what do I want to make these then? These are really good. They're nice scenes for you to act out, but what do I do? And then I got introduced to Newcastle Film Club, which is a film community group here in the Northeast, who are just unbelievable, run by an incredible woman called Samantha, who is an American, and she's very driven, and she's created this whole community up here. And I don't know if it's because maybe I'm a little bit older that the people just jumped on board. They were like, this is really good. Let's make it. And I remember we pulled the first one all together. The first one we filmed was Lindsay. And I remember the first day on set listening to the actress, Jessie, say my lines that I'd written. Oh, and I just burst into tears. I was bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my God, this is insane. She did. I wrote that. And that feeling has just never gone away. Every single time on a set, I'm just so honored that people would take the time to come and make it. I try and give everybody on the set something to take away with them, whether that's like credits or, if we can't, a lot of work is unpaid, as you know, when you're starting out, which I don't advocate for as a trade unionist, by the way, but sometimes you just got to make the stuff. Yeah, and the Newcastle Film Club all jumped on, and I met loads of people, and through that I met more people, and through that I met more, and just have built this huge community of people I know who will now be my first port of call for paid work and things like that. So yeah, that's how that whole thing started. The Mam Anthology is available on YouTube. I don't often love going to YouTube because I feel like it's where things go to die a little bit, but I want people to see them. Like they're not going to make me a millionaire. That's not what they're for. I hope people will watch them, specifically mothers, and feel seen and go, oh, it's not just me then. So that's kind of what they're for. So please go. If you're a mother, if you're struggling, there are 7 different stories of 7 different aspects of struggling. Go and check them out. And yeah.
I think we're going to definitely put in the show notes the link for our viewers and listeners. And I think it's important to a friend of mine was thinking about the same like you. She's like, what's the next step? Because there's a short that we did, and she's like, should I put it on YouTube? But I don't want to put it out there. I'm not sure this is good. Da, da, da. And then she sent me an article about multiple filmmakers that have put it on YouTube. It has exploded, and they got amazing deals around it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it goes there to die. I think it is the platform where it really has the potential to be at least seen and help those that see it, change their lives.
Yeah. Yeah,
so I
for
think it's
sure.
really beautiful that you put it out there and but I think I did you wrong. I thought you acted in one of them. Is that wrong?
I did. No, I did.
Oh, it wasn't wrong. Okay, I was like, because you're talking about the other ones. And I'm like, did I get that wrong? Because I was so sure that you were in
one
one
of
of
them,
those.
yeah, one of the films, Lee, was particularly, it's not a very nice topic and trigger warning, there is a lot of domestic abuse in it. And I didn't feel comfortable asking one of my friends to do that. So I'll do it. I'm comfortable with it. It's fine. I wrote it. I understand it. I was really comfortable with the actor we cast as the other side, who's a really close friend. So I was like, I'll take this one, guys. So that was, yeah. Can I use the word fun?
Yes,
On
I thought
something
you were,
like that.
I thought you were going to say something else than fun. Like, can I use the word fun?
Yes. That's the first time we got asked about this. Yes, please.
We normally use the other word, not fun, but I love that. Yes, please tell us about that because that's beautiful.
It was just, I think. So Lee does touch on, and I will say that I'm not in a domestic abuse situation. I have been in toxic relationships that have been a little bit violent in the past. So this film did touch a lot on that. And all the team on the day knew that. So everyone was really just, no one raised their voice. Everyone was really calm. My husband was there for the day. Actually, my son was there for a little bit of it, which might sound weird, but he actually makes an appearance in that film. It was his first ever acting gig. He was tiny, he loved it, but he was there for that section, and then we got him out of there. And it was just calm and really respectful, and we just had as much of a laugh as we could because I was kind of partially the subject. I was like, guys, we can joke, we can play, it's fine. Let's not make this really heavy because we all have homes to go to and we all want to get some sleep tonight and not feel like we're carrying that heavy burden with us. So, and I think I do that as a director, I do try and make the sets feel Like, we're there to do a job and it's an important piece of work, but also can we please just remember that we're human beings and none of us need to take this baggage home with us? Because I do tend to write quite heavy stuff. I'm going to write a comedy one day, I swear. But yeah, it was just very much giving everybody and each other the permission to just joke around and between takes. And I think it was necessary on the day.
And let's also talk about, like, that is such a struggle when you make something like a short film. And then you're thinking, like, what are the potential ways? What do you do with a short film after you finished it? You can, there are multiple ways, but then you also don't want to shelf it because to me, and I'm sure it's for you guys as well, is that the film is only alive when people are watching it and talking about it and, like, feel something, discuss it out, and it kind of have a life on its own. And then it's on the festival run somewhere, you're applying, and it doesn't feel like it's still, like, live it in the air. So it's something like putting it out there on YouTube or like streaming platforms, or even sharing social media, especially if it's your first one. And I'm talking about it because just recently, the beautiful film we've made with Eva, and she was a star there, and she made a beautiful performance. And then it's like a second year festival run, nothing still coming out of it. And I got sad about it. And it's also, it's something that is on the back of your mind. And what do you do with it? You want people to see it. You want people to discuss it. How do you do that? And then I organized the screening, and there were a lot of people who were just, supporting and everything. And I still got like the spark reignited. And what's this balance? How do you find it? Well, for you, it's obviously if you put it out there, people got first, the audience.
Yeah, I think it is difficult because I think there is a want to make it go to a festival, it win all the awards, everybody knows about you, and then your whole team gets picked up for jobs forever. That's the dream. The reality is that doesn't happen. And it's something that I've struggled with. The thing is, I did really well. The first film I directed was Emma from the Mam anthology, and like that did oh God, this is gonna make me sound like awful.
Say it.
That did go into a festival, and I did get nominated as best director, and I was like, oh, this is just what happens then. Subsequently learned that is not what happens. My most recent film, Take Me Home, didn't get into a couple of festivals that I really thought it would. And it was such a strange experience for me because I genuinely thought that I'd be devastated and I'd be like, what's the point? But actually, I was so like, well, okay, fine. Films are subjective. Some people like things, some people don't. And I wanted to make this film, and I like this film, and I enjoyed it when I watched it. So I've done what I set out to do. It's made. I would like people to see it, and when the festival circuit is finished, I will find somewhere to put that so people can see it. And ideally, what I'd love to do is make a ton of money somewhere else, not in the film industry, and then just make films for fun, because I don't want to attach that pressure to it. It'd be lovely to get paid to do it, and that be your full-time job. And that is possible. Like we were saying earlier, Eva, it is possible. It can be done. And I do advocate for that. And, I run a community interest company up here to teach people that that's the thing. For me, I just want to make films, and so I need to remind myself sometimes that when it's made, you've done the job, you've done the thing you wanted to do, and you're proud of it. If it gets picked up, it gets picked up. Amazing. If not, then that's okay. It's all subjective. So that's kind of, and I will say, like, I'm feeling quite calm and content today. So if you ask me tomorrow, I'll be like, for God's sake, why did I get in?
God damn it. Good, you're asking me today. Today I'm like, it's all good. It's all butterflies and flowers. And All good.
We have you on a good day.
You got me on a good day. And the bad day is like,
Yeah. Next question.
Next question. Thank you. I think that's something what you talk about here is beautiful is Rick Rubin, which I admire very much. And he's also talking about that is like, make it for yourself. Like be really, you know, that it's real, as you were saying, it's something you wanted to make. It's something that really resonated with you. Because I think that's when you start finding your audience. Because if we're just putting something out there to try to please everyone, I think we reach no one. And so, and we know these things can multiply or not. If not, as you said, you're happy with it. You're satisfied today.
Yes.
And hopefully tomorrow too.
Some days you are happy with it.
So I think it's a beautiful way to, as often as you can, think about it that way. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you asked, another question is about your acting career, and also like, can I ask you for some insight? Because you, not only you are an actress yourself, but you also spend a lot of time helping other actors, and not only helping them actively, but also being an agent for them. So, which is also like, I don't know how many hours is in your day. I'm not sure. But yeah, yeah. The question is like, having seen the industry from so many different angles, what have you learned? Like, you know, there are people who are still making it, kind of regardless of everything, and people who give up. Not easily give up, but just give up because they're fed up, they understand how it works, and they just, you know, make their peace with it and say, that's just not for me. I've tried it, and, you know, I'm better off somewhere else. So what do you think kind of sets them apart? Is there like a clear separation, or do you think it's like a personal case each time?
I think it's really difficult because it's such a difficult industry to get into and to be successful at. I think there are 75,000 actors in the UK, all going for the same jobs. So I can see and I can completely understand why it is devastating and difficult, and people do sort of step away. I think there's definitely a societal issue as to why people step away from acting, because ultimately there isn't the money in acting, and it is such a difficult place to get into and to break into, that ultimately people need to eat and they need to pay their bills, and they end up going and getting jobs, and then those jobs become their lives and take over, and then there's just no time. So I completely understand it. I don't think anybody drops out of acting because, well, maybe they do, but on the whole, I don't think people drop out of acting because they go, oh, I don't like acting anymore. I don't want to do it. I think you get into it. The people who get into it because they love it and because they it's a passion tend to stay. And those are the ones who will leave once they're really at their, it's the last straw, and they have to go and they have to do something else, or, you know, that there's just no other choice. I think the people who get into it because they want to be famous, they're the people who will just leave and go, I don't really care, and just step away because it's so difficult and it's so competitive. And yeah, I have so much to say about the acting industry, and I have so much to say in, and I don't know why anybody should listen to me. There's no reason you should listen to me. It's not like I'm in Hollywood blockbusters every day, you know. But I've seen a lot and I've learned so much, and especially the number one thing I want people to learn is how to accept rejection, because I think people think a no from an audition is a rejection. It's honestly not. It's a not, you're not right for this project. And what I try and teach people when I'm sort of mentoring them or coaching or whatever, is that if you're in the room having an audition, they already think you can do it. They already think you're good enough, or they wouldn't have asked you to come and prove it.
True.
Now what they want to see is, do you fit as that jigsaw piece with everything else? So if you have an audition, you've already won. Like I've seen so many interviews with people saying, "Oh, I'm such a struggling actor. I was auditioning every day." I wish I was
Yeah.
auditioning every day. Please. Like,
Same. We're like,
it doesn't happen like that. People don't
what?
get 20 auditions a week. So if you're getting an audition, you've already won, you're already good, you're already talented. People can see it. We just need to find the right project for you, and then it'll happen. And I think that change of mindset really helps people to continue on because it is soul destroying when you keep getting no's. But the no's are just not yet, is what I would want people to take away from this as their first thing. Stay at it. If you love it, stay.
It's strangely
Wow.
how many things are misleading, like about filmmaking industry, is that you go there and you become famous, you go there and like automatically become famous, obviously. And then you go there and you earn a lot of money, and you go there and your life is a lot of like fun things, which is like true for the part of it and like probably a byproduct of it, but never the goal and never something that you should be guided
Mm.
towards at the beginning.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think people need to be fully aware of what a day on set actually looks like. It's not a 9 to 5, it is 12 hours. It's it's funny how a lot of waiting around can just exhaust you. So, like, if you
Mm-hmm.
do get on set, please do take a book or something, walk around the set, stretch your legs. Don't just sit. It's a difficult job. It's an amazing job. I would love it to be my full-time job and all I do forever and ever. Amen. It'd be incredible. But it's not easy. It's especially if you're getting like the emotional roles and you've got to kind of tap into that and you spend all your day crying. Oh my God, like you need a holiday in Barbados after some of these films you see people do. But um yeah, it's tough but worth it, I would say.
Tough but worth it. I think it is. I understand now why they wanted you to be their agent. Because when you, again, another hat that you're wearing, which is crazy, I don't know how you function, but yeah, great. Um, because it is something that, and it's just say getting an audition, it's beautiful and it's a present and something that not a lot of, like in LA, I know my colleagues there, they were getting like, in the pilot season and stuff, they're getting like 2, 3 a day. And us here in Europe are like, huh? Like,
I've got another student short film audition next week. Like
girl,
that kind of
you're
thing.
gonna get it. So for us, it's different, and it was so
Yeah,
interesting because I think they a lot of times are not aware of the situation we have. We're like
yeah,
getting once in a while an audition, and you're like,
yeah, yeah.
you just go, yeah. So I
Yeah,
think it's good you mentioned that.
I think you need to celebrate them as a win. You really do. And it is so different. We don't have like a pilot season really where
Mm-hmm.
everybody auditions for everything, which is a shame. I actually would love to see that over here. I think that would be very cool. Um, but I think also as well, for me and people I know, like I don't know if this is a thing for you as well, actually, but having an accent,
Mm.
um, people assume you can't do any other accent in the world and this is just who you are. So I'm not Jill Halfpenny. She gets everything. She literally gets everything. Like the Northeast is Robson Green and Jill Halfpenny, and they're the Northeast actors. And it's like that's what we have to battle. It's like, well, why would they choose us when they've got ready-made like Geordies or Mackhams or what have you? They're not Mackhams. They wouldn't be happy if we call them that, but that's another story. Um, and sometimes that I feel like is a bit of a barrier to getting jobs because they're just like, oh no, we need generic British,
Mm.
please.
Mm.
Okay.
Which is a shame because I feel the series that I've been watching now, I love when they mix. I love when you have
Mm.
the British and with an accent, and then you have the American, and then you have someone from Iceland like me or Sweden, or like you have this. I think it's so much more interesting. But
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
just me because that's the world we're in now.
Yeah, I agree. 'Cause that's where you live, isn't it? This not everyone I hang around with is from here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
They do the same in German, the German market. So, hey guys, we're talking to you now. Like it's just like those speak like Hochdeutsch, as they call it. And then the Austrians, they're like, because they have a little bit different accent, they're like, no, you have to speak as the Germans. You know, it's like, no, guys, it can be the same like with the British and the Americans. They can be together in one series. It's not gonna ruin anything. It's gonna make it more juicy and interesting.
Yes.
It's
Let
just
us all be seen, guys. Come on, casting people. Sort it out.
Okay, so that's something you haven't done, casting, but you have produced, of course,
Yes, I have
which is
produced.
a lot of work. But not just that. Here we're going into the next thing, and that is CinePlatform, co-founded. Oh my God.
Platform.
Hello.
Hello.
With
Yeah.
Christopher Darby.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, girl, like, let's just do that too. Where
Yes.
you recently developed a software for film producers.
Yes,
Tell
we did.
us more.
So Chris is my business partner and very good friend. We met on the set of June, which was one of my mum films. Somebody said, oh, he'd be a good guy. So he came on and we met and we instantly clicked and got on really well. We worked together loads. He had kind of been tinkering with something in the background for him, to sort of streamline the process of pre-production. And I think he saw my frustration at using spreadsheets and documents and stuff everywhere and people not talking to each other and people going, oh, I didn't get that call sheet. I'm like, you did. And he sat me down and was like, I have this idea for this thing. Tell me if I'm stupid. I was like, if you have an idea of something to do, I'm your yes man. Like, I'm not going to say no to that. So he asked me if I'd come on board and help develop it and talk about how it's going to look, how it's going to work in reality. And we've spent the last 2 years developing that. It is now available. It's on the market. But we're not salespeople. So like only a very small amount of people know it. But we've got production companies in America and in London using it. And we've had amazing feedback and they've just ticked over into their second year. And we were like, oh no, are they going to renew? And they're like, oh, we're not going anywhere else. This is it. We're staying here. So that, oh, well, that's good. And essentially what it's a pre-production tool. So it's all the things like doing a script breakdown, building mood boards, doing budgeting, things like generating call sheets with all the relevant information. It'll automatically pull through the sides you need for that day. It just makes everything easier and less messy. And I love it. And I want people to know about it because it's incredible and people should definitely use it. And there's not a lot of competition out there. There's a couple of things that people use. But it's the only thing that is built in the UK and it's better. I would say that, but trust me. It's
So we can have that in the show notes. The link
Yes.
to it, please. Thank
Yes,
you.
absolutely. Please do. And go and enjoy it. There is a free trial, which is great because you can go and see how amazing it is and go, oh yeah, I absolutely need this. So yeah. And it's
I'm
just the two
definitely
of
gonna
us.
check that out.
Yes,
You
please.
know, I used Studio Binder, but
Mm,
I have like such a frustrating experience at that one. And the other one I used Celtics, and
yes.
that one I think like it doesn't have that many features, but Studio Binder, I need to get my frustration out there. So bear
Yeah.
with me, guys. So they have free trial. I used it. And then I think I ran out of like free trial. And so it deleted like one night I was writing down the script and like I got like a big portion of it. And because I ran out of free trial, it's just that deleter didn't save my edits. And the next morning I woke up to like, you know, completely blank screen. And I was like, what? I was just like, my
Oh
hands
my
were shaking, and I was like, what
God.
the fuck, guys, don't do that. If you offer free trial, please like send some warnings, like
Yeah.
explain to me that it won't be saved, because that's just not like, you cannot do this to people.
That is
So
crazy.
yeah, I had a
Okay,
panic
what I
attack.
can say is we've just launched script writing software as well. So that is you can buy that on its own or with the full package. We also save
Amazing.
everything. So even if your free trial ends and you renew, everything's still there and we keep things for like 3 months and you get
Oh, that's
warnings. You get
amazing.
email after email after email saying free trial's running out.
That's
Do you want it?
amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, we wouldn't
Oh
my
my God,
soul
that
hurts for you. Did
hurts.
you get it back or did you have to just start again?
No, no.
Oh,
Like,
darling.
I mean, it was still kind of fresh in my mind, but you know, you had those periods of time where you're like in the flow and you're writing things down, and of course, like you expect them to be saved.
Yeah.
But yeah, That
Oh,
was
I'm
my
so sorry that
mistake.
happened. That's awful.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
hurts.
That's why, I mean, I love their interface. I love that, they're very like, I'm sure they integrated AI into it, but like, no, that was just too much. That was too painful for me to go
That
Oh,
back and
hurts.
give them
ouch.
another
Yeah.
chance. Um, Future projects. Shall I ask you about future
Even more.
projects? Yes.
I have I have this horrible, horrible habit of just somebody going, I've got this idea, me going, let's do it. So I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
have the things I definitely know that I am already actively working on. I'm working on a TV show as a six-parter. I am talking to a production company about that, who have been helping me sort of because I've never done that before. So there's a theme here. Just jump in and give it a go.
Start
But
before you're
they
ready.
seem to really like it, and I don't know if it's going to be commissioned, but I'm enjoying writing it. And that's like a comedy drama. I hate using those
Mm-hmm.
terms. It's a drama for me, but there's a lot of funny bits in it.
Mm.
And it's about a woman in the Northeast and her dating life, and I'll leave it there because it's very early doors, but it's gonna be good. I call it like a flea bag for the Northeast is my vibe for it. So there's that. I've got this film that I've been wanting to make for about 2 years, and it is a short film, but it's not. It's a feature. It needs to be a feature. So I'm expanding that. I already have like my cinematographer who read in its very, very early iteration was like, yes. And I'm still every now and again I'm like, are you still? I say yes. Just to make sure I still got him because his stuff, he's called Craig Crouchman. And his stuff, he's a wedding videographer. But he also makes films, wonderful films. His
Mm-hmm.
last one is winning tons of awards all around the festival circuit. He just has this way to make everything look beautiful. It's
Mm.
like every shot is a piece of art. It's stunning, and I'm so excited. He did Lindsay in the Mam anthology, so if you watch that, you'll see it's just gorgeous. Um, so I want to work with him again. I want him to be part of this film because it is about a woman who's an artist who kind of loses her way a little bit. And so there's going to be a lot of work on the cinematography of that and how that looks and how artistic that needs to be. So I'm excited for that, but I want it to be perfect. So I keep tinkering at it and I'm like, oh, wow, and I think I just need to just bite the bullet and just do it. Just make it.
Yes.
Yes, so that's
Yes.
one thing. There's tons. There's lots of little things sort of hanging around that I want to make, either direct or be in. I'm still auditioning for things. I still want to act. A lot of people tell me I need to pick a lane, and I'm just not ready to. I like it all. The only thing I really actively don't like is producing. But unfortunately, because I make my own films, I always have to produce them, and I'm really annoyingly good at organizing stuff and people, so I kind of have to do it. But it works out well in the end. It's just not my favorite thing. I do that out of necessity rather than my passion, for sure.
Mm. Wow, this has been amazing. Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much for
your
listening to me
precious
bleat
time.
on for nearly an hour.
Thank you.
No, everything you say just lands so beautifully. It feels good. I don't know, my heart feels very good. It just feels like, yeah, like I'm taking so much with me. And one thing that I'm really taking is, you know what you said now that they're saying pick a lane? I
Mm.
think that is not good in this world we're
Mm,
in the acting world and in the creative and the film industry. I think that is, it limits us.
I agree.
And then we are stuck, and this stuck energy creating from that is not, that's how we call it death, because
Yeah.
you can't. So I'm glad you're not.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not listening to those that are not in your position and maybe haven't even experienced it. I think
Mm,
that's where we have to be careful as we started. Like, let's not listen to those that haven't, I don't know, taken the steps or aren't on that path, on the same
mm.
path, you know?
Yeah. Just do, I know there was a lady on your podcast a couple of weeks ago who said, do the thing. And I was like, that's what I say. And I think a lot of us just go, we'll just do it. What's the
Yeah.
worst that can happen? If you got an idea for a film, go and find your local film community group and go make it. See if you love it. Have a try at everything and see what speaks to you. Is there something that on set that you just absolutely love doing? Go and do that. And I know that really minimizes the amount of work it takes to do these things, but if you don't take the step, it won't happen. No one's coming to give it to you. You've got to just go and get it. And I think that's why the multi-hyphenate really works, because it if I direct something, it makes me a better actor because I can see from that side of things. And if I act, it makes me a better director because I know how to speak to actors, and they all speak to each other. It should be a cohesive unit. So do all the things and find something you love. I'm still waiting to pick one, but I think I'm just going to continue with them all for now.
Thank you. This has been wonderful. This has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I will keep watching. I say I'm a huge fan of your show. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it, please. Because you two and the people you have on really inspire me to keep going. So thank you so much.